Hey, what's happening, man? It's your boy Deon checking in. Welcome you to the buffet. One thing about it, two things for sure. You're going to get good conversation and good motivation.
Inside this series, we're talking about relationships, man.
Okay.
What are some tips that, like, when did you know? Like, what gave you that feeling like, all right, yo, I'm about to do this for real, you know? Like, it's time to do this.
I'm being honest with you, bro. Like, I knew before we even got into a relationship that that's what I was going to do, man. I told her that. You know what I'm saying? I told her that from the jump. I was like, look, man, if we still together, because, all right, so I prayed for that, man. You know what I mean? I prayed for that discernment. I prayed for that understanding, that wisdom. I was like, God, show me exactly who this woman is, man. I wouldn't have got into a relationship with her if he wouldn't have gave me that blessing. So, fast forward, I told her, I was like, look, man, we still doing this thing a year later, bro. I'm not wasting no time, man. This is what's going to happen. So it's been a year and a half and, things in the works. But at the center of every decision, man, was God, bro. Completely honest, it's like, man, I pray for her, and I continue to pray and make sure that I'm on the same path that I'm supposed to be on mentally as well as with this relationship. So, he continues to confirm that that's what this is the woman I'm supposed to be with, and that this is what I'm supposed to be doing and when I'm supposed to do it. So to answer your question, it was confirmed prior to us getting in a relationship, but he continues to reconfirm it,
That's what's up, bro.
I just need to know one thing, bro. When is the album or the EP coming out? Because that shit was deep. Damn, that was a whole introduction to the, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the prelude to damn J. Cole's last album, bro. You about to do the takeoff right now. Like, that's the album coming out with.
Bro, you think that's shit? Wait till I get proposed. Listen to the shit that I'm gonna actually say when I do propose, and then at the altar, when I started talking my shit, getting my bag at the altar, so
I ain't gonna lie, Deon always had bars low key. Not even low key.
See, what y'all don't realize is that right there was the intro to the album. The wedding ceremony is gonna be like one of the preludes in the middle of the album.
The interlude, yeah.
Yeah, the interlude, exactly. And then he got one more coming. That's gonna be the outro. I said it right here. He gonna have all three of them just lined up. And that's just gonna take you into the album. In the middle of the album, it's gonna take you out.
Oh my God.
Want to know, bro? I'm an open book, man.
I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, bro. Like, when it comes to dating and things like that, one, I know I need to heal, because like I feel like if I run into certain situations, I'm gonna respond the exact same way I did in the past, and I'm working on trying to treat each individual situation as it is what it is. Like, it's just that, like, when I'm dealing with current woman, it's not past woman. You know what I'm saying? So
for sure.
And I'll just be perfectly honest, man. In this day and age, it is so hard to even want to be encouraged to date, because there's just so many things that can go left. But if you can't make it work, that's when you just know, like, yo, if we've been vibing this long and things have been going this way with all the things that could happen, then yeah, for sure. But I don't know, man. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm discouraged, but I'm gonna say I'm very apprehensive. Very apprehensive. So for you, the question I ask you is, what if you do have apprehensions, how did you get over them? Like, what were some things that kind of boosted the question? And during the bond building and whatnot, like, what were some things that kind of helped get over the apprehension?
That's a good question, man. Honestly, like, before we got into a relationship, bro, I was dating, doing my thing and all that stuff, man. But I just kind of knew that, I don't know, man. I know what I want, and you know what you want. And so when something comes along that is outside of what it is that you know you want for life, it's like it kind of falls by the wayside. You kind of just playing around with it. But I don't know, bro. I can honestly say, like, with this relationship, bro, it was no apprehension. Like, as soon as we got into a relationship, it wasn't those typical things that you think of when you first get in a relationship. Like, can I trust this individual? Or, you know what I'm saying, what type of habits that she has and all this different type of shit. It was always, from the jump, it was like, okay, let's grow, let's build. Like, what type of business that we finna start. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons why I really knew that this was where I'm supposed to be. But as far as apprehension, bro, I mean, obviously nobody's perfect, bro. Especially when you start talking about building a life with somebody, man. It's like, I have my things that I need to work on. She has her things. And I think the thing about it is being patient, giving that person grace to be able to grow. Like, I can't expect you to be this person I want you to be. I got to love you for who you are. But at the same time, if you're doing some things that I'm not really liking, one, I got to give you the grace to be able to grow and understand why I don't like these things. But also, I have to understand why you are the way you are, why you do the things you do. But at the end of the day, if it's not something that you can rock with, bro, then don't be not happy. You know what I'm saying? Don't stay in a situation where you're not happy. Yo. That's all I got for that.
Wise words. I can understand that. I think with what you just said, I got questions, and I'm always going to like start off a conversation or a debate or whatever saying like, don't let my words influence, because I think a lot of people I'm cool with or close to, they come to me for advice, and I hate giving advice. I'll give it, but I always start off the conversation saying, bro, don't let what I'm about to say totally influence or impact, the decision that you're going to make. If anything, just use the words that I'm going to say to kind of, guide you, or give you something to think about. But what I'm about to say, like, of course, don't let what I'm about to say kind of change or impact, what you got going on, because it definitely sounds like what you got going on is a blessing. But for you and your partner to like not have, I guess, and I might not use the correct words, but for you and your partner to like, I guess not necessarily have any friction or whatever like that would concern me in a relationship. Like something about that seems like, like I'm talking to somebody, like there's got to be something going on that this person might do that I'm not exactly with. You know what I'm saying? We haven't had the chance to talk about that. And then when you get in a relationship with that person, and then all of a sudden something does come up where you have a conflict with, it's kind of like you might have missed a part of that person before y'all even got engaged. You didn't know that person when y'all got married or whatever. And something like that would probably scare me. And I'm not saying that it's scary, but it would definitely worry or concern me. So something about that is just like, dang, like that would probably make me hold off on the proposal, if anything. If like I ain't came across nothing that you done that like I'm not exactly, cool with, like you either like really good at hiding something, or like, maybe I'm just an ancient motherfucker who like, can't determine a good person out of somebody or whatever, that the latter of that potentially could be it. Like I could be just somebody who's like, I don't trust a lot of people. So that's a problem internally with me, but it's just something about that. It's like, damn, bro, like we mesh like that, like we cool like that. Like something about that like kind of scares me. I can't exactly explain why outside of that explanation I just gave, but that would be weird.
No. Spot on, bro. You absolutely right. Don't let me mislead you and think that, my relationship or what I got going on is perfect, because it absolutely is not, bro. There's a lot of things I need to work on. There's a lot of things she need to work on. I didn't see her side, she didn't see my side, but I think the difference is when you make a commitment to an individual, when you make a commitment to a situation or whatever you have going on, like when two people agree on being able to work through situations or go through situations, you know what I mean? Then it's worth it. You know what I mean? I can't be the only person that sees something that's wrong or anything like that, and I'm willing to put the effort. If she not matching my energy, bro, then it's not gonna work. So I'm not saying that we are perfect. The situation I'm in is perfect, because it's definitely not, bro. We have our moments. We argue. We go back and forth, but at the same time, like we know who we are in each other's lives. So we honestly, this is the foundation that I tried to set in our relationship, and I think I did a good job of doing so. It's like you let the love overshadow me, you let the love overshadow everything, bro. You know what I mean? It's like this little trivial shit that we got going on, bro. It's nothing compared to what we're supposed to be doing and what we're supposed to be. So that's the energy and that's the level that we need to be operating, bro. You know what I mean? So whether we going back and forth about this, that's moments. That's a moment. You know what I mean? It's something that we need to get through, something that we need to pass. It's easier said than done, honestly, because we go days where we're not talking to some shit like that sometimes, but in the grand scheme of things, bro, I don't know, man. When you know the person that you're supposed to be with, and when you with the individual, I think it kind of hit different. Okay. Don't let me get ramble though.
Yeah, man, bro, that's what we here for. We here to look here, man. It's like this, man. What better way to learn from somebody who's actually doing it? You know what I'm saying? Like it's that tour guide versus travel agent perspective. So no doubt, like you're on the right path to to success, to having a successful marriage, to building that, to starting to build that family. Like that's something every man aspires, whether they want to admit it or not. Every man aspires to have a family one day. Like who doesn't want a mini me? Like who doesn't want a junior? You know what I'm saying? Like in the right situation, of course, but under the right circumstances, who doesn't want a junior? You know, so
I've been lying this time. Nothing I said was true, bro. Ain't stand it. No.
The growth in you, man, and that's beautiful. Because like I can really say this, man. Women have a way of influencing our changing our way of thinking, and when you found that right one, it makes you want to grow up a little bit more. And I can tell, like, I mean, I know you're doing some things for yourself, that's good and all, but I can tell, like, you know, you got somebody that is really down for you, and they'll tell you, like, okay, get back this way, get back that way, you're good and all that stuff. Because the way you're talking now is way different from how you were talking before. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, you right, bro.
and I feel like that's what a woman's supposed to do. She's coming to help you. She's supposed to come in and help you and teach you how to control your emotions. Some women, they do that. They teach you how to control your emotions. And they put you, I don't want to say put you in your place sometimes, but you know, it just, you know, we're all Black men, and we have been in places where we tend to let our emotion take control of how we decide certain things and all these things. But when you get with that right woman that be like, this is a problem. You didn't notice that, but this is a problem. And you need to know that. That's why I always give credit to women and say they are more detailed than us. When they trying to figure, like, that's how you can really tell if a woman really loves you, is she's trying to figure you out. And that's figure you out, not just physically, but mentally and internally as well. When she's figuring you out, and she's learning how you operate and how things deter you, and how you react towards some things, that give her the I would say the mental focus on what situation to put you in to really avoid a situation or to better yourself in the situation. And that's what I mean. That's what really that Ruth mentality comes from. It's about trying to help you and make your life easier. So now when you go and attack meetings and go to work, your mindset is different now because you know that this is a trigger that maybe you didn't know that at first, but now that you got this woman that's telling you this, now you be like, dang, I really was doing it. And it really just changes your mindset about every single thing. And sometimes I'll be amazed because, like, when you just really just sit down and listen and have a conversation about yourself to a woman, it's really different from your homegirl talking to you. And I found that it to be very effective. Like, even when I go to therapy, you know, that to me, I leave there with some kind of things like, man, I do need to change this. Man, this is dope. I need to do this and that. And
is your therapist a woman?
Huh?
Is your therapist a woman?
Yeah, I talk to women.
Of course he does. He does that Mike Larry approach, man. That Mike Lowry.
Yeah, it's just a different perspective, bro. It's just a different perspective. Like, I think we're able to do the same thing for them. And when it comes to, you know, providing stability and all these other things, because I know a lot of times I don't want to put women in a bucket, man. Sometimes women like kind of scatterbrain with us some things, but I know men, specifically me or specifically in the military, is like, I'm planning this out. You know what I mean? It's stable. I know what's going to happen now. I know what's going to happen then. I mean, it's still some fluidity with it, but at the same time, it's like, you know, I'm not going to put us in a situation to where we're struggling. I'm not going to put us in a tough situation.
It's more concrete.
Yeah, but I think to my point is like, it's just different perspectives, you know. Women, they see life from a different angle. You know what I mean? Like my woman, man, she got me doing a whole bunch of things I never even thought I would be doing. She got me exfoliating and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like,
my God.
I never would have even thought about doing that.
I noticed you was glowing. I noticed, you know.
Chill out, bro. Chill out. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. It's just different perspectives. They look at life from a different angle. And I think what works is when we're able to feed off of one another and be like, okay, this is what I provide. Not even just in a relationship, but as friends or just as Black people in general. Like, we're able to feed off of one another. Like, okay, this is what a Black man can bring to a table. A confident Black man that knows who his worth and who he is. This is what he can bring to the table. And the same thing with women. Like, they look at different details. It's like, if I get an interior designer or whatever, man, she gonna be able to put accent pieces here, all this different type of shit. Men, that's not our lane, bro. You know what I'm saying? So
I think it's health versus wealth. I think women may look at something in a more like health perspective. Like you mentioned the exfoliate, you know what I'm saying? She gave you to take care of your skin. She probably tell you to, you know, scrub your feet a certain way. She probably tell you, you know, stuff like that. At least that's my opinion. Then with men, and this could be flip-flop depending on your situation. Everybody has so it's not like one focuses only on health and the other focuses mostly on wealth. But I do think it's a different priority for the two. Everybody can like have a concern for, you know, health, but then your wealth concern is all the way up here. And then, you know, we flip that, you know, somebody's health concern can be up here, but then their wealth concern may be down here. So I think when it comes down to women and men, like the health part, you know, may belong to the women. That may be their priority, whereas the wealth concern is the man. And I think that might be like etched in our DNA because, you know, men, we might grow up with the mentality that you're supposed to provide for the home, yada, yada, this, that, and the third. And then the women, you know, they're the nurturers and the carers or whatnot. They're bringing up the kids and, you know, the traditional roles, not, of course, the contemporary roles that we see in today's society. But traditionally, I think that may be where that comes from when you're talking about, you know, what we bring to the table or to the conversation when we're talking about empowering or building up each other, whether it be in their friendship or their relationship, to your point, Deon. So I guess I kind of see where that's coming from or what you mean by that.
Yeah, I got you. I just thought about something. So earlier when Zay was trying to figure out the perfect analogy when Deon was talking about relationships and things of that nature, the first thing that came to mind was like when your car has like lane assist, where when you feel like you're veering off the road and they'll just automatically like kind of either alarm or go off, or it'll automatically like keep you in the road, bruh. Like once you find the right partner, bruh, they will keep you on the road just like that lane assist feature, bruh. Like it's a beautiful, and it's not even just gender specific. It's a partner kind of thing. Like it's a partnership accountability kind of piece, because partnership accountability piece. So, you know, my pastor says it all the time, man. Like communication is the X factor. Like if you don't know how to communicate with your partner in a manner where both of y'all can understand, like communication and understanding. Like you can sit here and talk to each other all day, but if both of you aren't processing what's being said, then it's like
that's key, bro. That's key, man. And I think the most important part, just a couple important pieces about that. One, learning how to communicate, learning how your partner, how she communicates or how he communicates, but at the same time, it's like, I heard this quote a long time ago. You can't shake hands with a closed fist, man. It's like sometimes you have to, it's some give and take, bro. It's like, I got to be able to talk to you and you have to be able to put your feelings or whatever your emotions aside and be able to listen to what I'm saying and understand where I'm coming from. Because a lot of times if I'm talking to you and I really don't feel like you listening, or I really don't feel like you understand my point, or you're not even trying to understand where I'm coming from, you just listening just to talk, to rebuttal. Like as soon as I finish talking, you got something else to say. It's like at that point, the man in me, bro, I have nothing else to say, man.
Yeah.
So I think, it's that's key though, being able to communicate and learning how your partner likes to communicate, because your partner might be the person that does not like to talk sometimes, man. But you got to be able to understand the nonverbal communications as well. You got to understand body languages and how they're acting and all this other stuff. So all of that, I think that communication piece is spot on, man.
Okay.
You got to have those tough conversations, man. that's why I say, man, I trust the vibe off a person than anything, because if you can't have those tough conversations, and I like what Deon said was you got to listen to understand, and that is so key, because like when you listen to rebuttal, you're not really concentrating on what the person is saying. I'm just reiterating what you said, Deon. But and then at the same time, like I just learned this, like sometimes we listen with emotional ears. Like we're not really listening to pay attention. We're listening with hurt ears, with offensive ears. Like everything that another person is saying to us, it's like we're trying to really receive it in a way where it's going to offend us, but it's really trying to help the situation out. Sometimes you are doing it. This is probably the way that this person is taking what you say, how they are receiving it. I might can go to Mike and be like, dog, this is blah blah. But then I go to Deon, he be like, bro, you talking too loud. and like Deon said, there's different people. The different people, they learn to communicate differently, and you know everybody ain't communicating the same way. Like I might be the person that can receive asshole comments. Other people can't. You know, it's all about the tough skin at that point. And that's why, you know, I've learned to try to take that gray area when it's communicating. Like, okay, if I'm upset, then calm it down, come to this. So that way, and I can see how that person is trying to communicate to me. And then I can probably see like, okay, let me try this and see how that goes. But I kind of feel it, man, because a lot of times that communication and listening can be two different things. You might communicate one way and then receive it another way, and that it ain't that person's fault that they interpreting that. You don't know their past, you don't know their history or anything like that. So you have to just be like a chameleon and blend in sometimes.
Yeah,